Hello there and welcome to today's video in which I'm making my polymer clay sculpture of the amazing character of Lord Summerisle, of course from the folk horror film The Wicker Man. And thankfully I've realised that I'm making Lord Summerisle because I've just spent 15 minutes researching The Exorcist for some inexplicable reason. I think because I made Reagan from The Exorcist last week, she's obviously kicking around in my brain still, and yeah, just thought I'd research The Exorcist, but thankfully I kind of realised, so yeah, I've got some facts about the Wicker Man, so don't you just love it when your brain just doesn't work at all? It's not just me, is it? So I've wanted to make this character for years now, and I've just been put off because he wears a few outfits in this film and it's just taken me ages to decide which one to work with. So today I'm going to be working with, well, I don't actually want to say too much really in case you haven't seen the film. He just wears a number of outfits and basically this is one that I've gone with, is all that you need to know. And if you haven't seen the film, I'd really recommend that you track it down and, you know, give it an hour and a half of your time, or however long the movie is, as for me it's just one of the best films out there really. Basically the premise is a detective sergeant, I think it is, D.S. Howie, is basically sent to a fictional island in Scotland where he's tasked with trying to find a missing girl called Rowan, who I think is about 12 years old. So he just goes along to this remote island and just bizarreness ensues really. It's a film for my mind that isn't really mentioned enough because it's so iconic, and you know, once you've seen it you can really see how it's shaped and influenced other films, particularly within the kind of folk horror genre. I know that Midsummer, which oh gosh, that's such an amazing film as well, but you can really see the DNA really coming through that film. There's a lot of commonalities that you'll see, and again I don't want to say too much. I don't really like giving any spoilers, if I'm honest, whenever I discuss films, because I know that whenever I watch a film I like to watch it, you know, with no real idea of where it's going to go. I think it's really important in storytelling, isn't it? And I think that's what annoys me about Netflix et al, because whenever you watch a movie trailer now they just kind of show you the whole film but in summary, which is kind of weird. So I try and avoid trailers these days, although to be honest I did watch the Matrix trailer recently and it looks amazing, so I'm really excited about that. But anyway, back to the sculpture at hand here. And Lord Summerisle is played by Christopher Lee, who's obviously known for all of his Dracula movies. But Christopher Lee apparently wanted a more challenging role because he was a little bored of playing a vampire, so when this project came up he was really keen to get involved. So he was actually involved with the film's development from its offing really. So he went on to say that The Wicker Man was the best film that he ever appeared in, and the parts of Lord Summerisle was the best parts that he'd ever had. So now I need to make a tunic, well it's like a dress actually, for Lord Summerisle. So it's almost like a tie-dye look that I'm going for, which probably isn't kind of true to the actual design of the dress, but you know, you're kind of limited with polymer clay sometimes, and particularly when you work with coloured polymer clays. So yeah, I'm just going to go for kind of a marbleized look. So it's just a case of running my clay through the pasta roller and just coming up with a random design really. So pretty happy with this, so just going to start cutting his dress to size. And just attach that to his body. As I said last week actually while making Reagan, you kind of feel like a tailor sometimes. You have to really think about the size and the cuts of an outfit, so happy with that, so I'll just cut off the ends here. So while I think about it, you may well have noticed over recent weeks that I've started to upload my videos on a Saturday as opposed to Fridays, and I just find it's a lot less stressful, really. Sometimes on a Friday I've been, frantically trying to cobble together a video because editing takes forever sometimes, and yeah, it's all a bit of a rush really to try and get something out on a Friday. So for me, it just takes that bit of pressure off really. So I think what I'm going to do is to continue with uploading on Saturday afternoons, or certainly afternoon here in the UK, for the next few weeks, but I'll no doubt experiment with different days as I go along. It's just really difficult to, try and find that sweet spot where everybody's kind of watching content, which, isn't going to happen really. Everybody prefers different times to watch content, and I know for me, I tend to watch more content during the week while I'm in the studio. And I don't know if that's fairly representative of most folks. I've no idea really. So, I'll just kind of experiment with different times. But I'd be really interested to hear your thoughts on, when you think most people are watching content. Because, it's quite a difficult kind of thing to try and work out really. But I may well do a few surveys on the community tab at some point. I've done one already, but yeah, I think I need to keep going with those. So now I just need to attach a plant to Lord Summerisle here. Just trying to kind of keep it as secure as possible, so I've just popped in some wire just to attach his hand to as well. So back to the Wicker Man. The film is set in late April and early May, all around May Day basically, and the pagan rituals around that. And the film itself was actually filmed between October and November, so it's a lot colder basically, and of course there's no blossom on the trees, so the trees in the film had to basically be handmade. And they had to glue blossom to the trees as well. So, gosh, the lengths that you have to go to create a convincing scene in a film. So here I'm making a wig for Lord Summerisle. It's a really long black wig that he's wearing. So just taking a bit of time to put that together. And finally, my model is all done, and considering I've wanted to make this model for such a long time, I'm pretty pleased with this one. I think it's inspired me to definitely make other versions of Lord Summerisle, making different outfits. So yeah, give it a like if you got this far, and I'll see you next time.